Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in these final few days of April and beginning days of May 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in, please? 3 cards for your feelings, first of all, Capricorn. Right, we've got the Queen of Wands reversed and the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about following your intuition, but also your connection to spirit and having faith that there's a plan. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be, that things will work out for the best. It's having trust, having faith. It's very, very spiritual. Believing in destiny, fate, things like that. The Queen of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands upright is fire energy. It's someone who's very attractive, seductive, assertive, confident, charming, self-driven, self-motivated, goal-orientated. It's heavy. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it's heavy Sagittarius energy. When it's reversed, Wands, that passion can spill over into anger. So it could be one of two things. There could be anger and an overly lusty, overly passionate vibe, or we could be lacking passion, lacking sexual drive. We could be feeling unconfident, whatever the opposites are to confident, lusty, assertive. We could be feeling unconfident, a lack of drive, a lack of assertiveness, lack of esteem, a lack of direction. Okay, so I'm feeling like it's more to do with the latter, because the fact that we're kind of like trying to trust and hope that everything's going to be all right. But I could be wrong. Let's see what else comes out. Yeah, because we've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed, so it's like a lack of confidence in our ability to provide for ourselves, money issues, lots of outgoings or less income than what we had hoped, needing to take decisive action, because we've got the Four of Pentacles upright. That's conserving wealth, it's getting savings and building them. This is a loss of money, having to dip into savings, struggling to pay the bills. It's this kind of vibe. There's a need to take action. The Queen of Swords reversed. Now, the Queen of Swords upright is someone who it's air energy. It's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. She's truthful, she's honest, she's cerebral, logical, factual. She does a lot of research. She likes to work with science, work with the truth, work with justice. Swords deliver communication. This is someone that speaks effectively, writes well, very, very well. They will think about something for much longer than others and then take action. Nothing's done on a whim. Okay, so in a love reading, the Queen of Swords can also be a divorce card. but because she's reversed, the swords are either being wielded in a way that's negative, so they're manipulative and calculating, and facts that we have, we're using them against people, we're hurting people because we know the worst way to hurt them because we know them really, really well. Or we're blocking communication and we're just not talking to someone because we're mad as hell at them. So you could be feeling manipulative, you could be feeling like you want to say nasty things, or you could be blocking someone, or you could be divorcing someone. Right, your person, whoever this is, someone that you're thinking about or currently dealing with or manifesting in, they've got the Hermit reversed, so there's either a need for hermit work or they're coming out of it and they've already done it. So the Hermit card is, in the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realises that he must walk this part of the journey alone, that the answers lie within him. It requires solitude, reflection, introspection, looking inward. The answers are not going to come from asking other people, okay? It's healing energy. It's important to process what's gone on, okay? So either they haven't done it yet and there's a need, or they've just finished a process of and they're coming out of that kind of loner energy. No one's talking to me today. That never happens now. It used to be like that a lot when I first did the channel. But people are coming in and watching and not saying anything, and I'm like, oh my god. Why? We've got the Seven of Wands reversed. See, the Seven of Wands upright is... it's an energy of competition, taking the advantage, gaining the high ground, being competitive. Certainly a competitive nature. Like if you're running for a promotion but there's lots of other people going for it. When it's reversed, we feel at a disadvantage, we feel at a loss, we don't feel like we would be a suitable candidate. So that's an interesting vibe, isn't it, for this person? Like, they don't feel competitive. They don't feel at an advantage, they feel at a disadvantage, they feel at a loss. We've got the Knight of Swords, okay, so this is feeling quite acrimonious, I'm not going to lie. It's feeling like there's two people showing up as very separate energies that are pissed off with each other, hurt. A Knight of Swords delivers urgent communication when they're upright. When they're reversed, it could be, you know, that they're going to say whatever's on the tip of their tongue and it could be hurtful, or they're not talking. The sword and the horse are going the other way, so they're not going to say anything. Oh, yeah. So this is Spirit's confirmation. We've got the Lovers reversed. Okay, so it's the Major Arcana for Gemini. And what it represents is a soul union between two people, divine counterparts. When the Lovers is reversed, it's a separation because one person or both don't feel the same about one another anymore, which is really sad. Okay, so we've got 2 cards have come out. No, 3 cards. Let me turn them the way that they came out. So we've got the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the Sun card reversed. There's a lot of unhappiness here, a lot of, you know, thought that's kind of burdensome and depressing, and, you know, when you've got stuff on your mind and it's just making you feel really down, that's that vibe. The Sun card upright is a child that's naked, riding bareback on a horse, and the sun's shining behind them. So it's like wild, abandoned, carefree, you know, naked as the day you were born, and you couldn't care less. You know, you're not a sexual being at that point. You're just totally unaware. You're carefree. You know what I mean? Innocent. And then this is like you're bogged down. You know, you're plagued by worry and disappointment. We've got the 7 of Swords reversed. The 7 of Swords upright is lies, lying, cheating, stealing, deception. That's been exposed. And then the 8 of Swords is mental entrapment. So you're not literally imprisoned, but you feel mentally like completely overwhelmed and stuck. Like there's no way out, you know, which is really like a horrible vibe. So I think someone is realizing that, let's not forget that it doesn't have to be cheating, but you can feel cheated out of your happily ever after when someone says, I don't think I want to be in this anymore, or someone just starts, or it's worse when someone just starts being off with you and making you feel, you know, horrible, like they just move their hands away from you, or, you know, they make excuses not to be around you. Oh, that's horrible. That's really immature, really unintelligent to do that. This is a deterioration of a connection, if not a marriage. Because one person simply they don't feel it anymore. I'm just going to move them out the way because they're in the way. Let's get one more because they were a combination. Yeah, it's unfinished business. We're struggling to move on from this because it seems like we're right in the thick of it at the moment, honestly. Let's see what's behind. I mean, you know how you're feeling. Let's see how your person's feeling. Okay, so we've got escape and secret past. They've got skeletons in the closet. They've not been telling you the whole story. Love is an emotional escape for this person. They didn't always get involved with people for the right reasons. It just is a distraction from bigger problems that are going on. Now, I'm going to say then that you've found out about this person cheating, and that's why you want a divorce, because you've got the divorce card. You've got the fact that you know you need to take action. A Queen of Wands can represent a third party. Okay, so you may have found out about a third party and in your gut felt that that was happening, and then now it's being exposed because you might call someone out for it, or you might walk in on them, or someone else might tell you, you know, or they might tell you, the third party might tell you. So there's loads of ways that stuff like this comes out, or you just put two and two together, you know, you find evidence of something, or their behaviour's totally different. If you know, you know, okay? Sometimes you have no idea because it's a narcissist, but I'm not getting that from them. I'm just getting some other issues, different issues. Maybe they had a lover and they don't have them anymore, and you've exposed it, you know, a past lover that they've had. Because these fell sideways, I'm going to have to read both ends of all of them. We'll see what fits. Fate, crossroads, in a weave of chance and choices, find the path to lasting legacies. Finding forever, your path holds infinite possibilities if you dare. Well, it just seems to be general crossroads, that one, doesn't it? Welcoming dawns, be open and receptive, embracing new beginnings with an eager heart. Hanging on, release the past and let yourself love again. Yeah, they want out. They want to explore new. I'm so sorry this is coming out because this came up for Sagittarius' person as well. Moonlit unity. Use understanding to have greater emotional balance. Peaceful parallel. Harmony flows, lives aligned, basking in the serene glow of peace. Empathic bridges. Embrace healing by being kind, balancing life's contrasting forces. Divine union. Use the wings of empathy to bring love and harmony. Oops. Spirit speaks. Seek wisdom in prayer, but also have an open dialogue. Counsel's compass. Seek advice to steer judgment as insightful talks illuminate your journey. There's a lot about communication, someone having issues with relationships generally, using them as a form of escape. A need to communicate, a need to be honest, a need to put cards out on the table and dig deeper as to why this person is doing these things. What's the source of the problem? When did this start? Does it come from childhood? Like, where is it stemming from? You don't have to work on that with them. That's something they need to work on themselves. But if you want a future with them, that's what you'd need to do. Some people divorce and then remarry, but I think the only person that can answer these questions is them, and they might not be able to. You know, maybe it's so ingrained a behaviour, maybe they don't even know why they do it because it's not comfortable for them to access that part of their life, their childhood, their past, you know, experiences or memories could be really dark or uncomfortable for them. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just saying this is why people have unhealthy attitudes towards connections, and seek out connections from existing ones. I think they need some therapy or to talk it out with an impartial person who's trained. You know, and you deserve answers, but sometimes people don't know why they're doing what they're doing, and it's not comfortable for them to access it. So you can't wait for answers. You might never get any. Even though you deserve them, you might never get them. You might get them in several months' time, but from a place where it's no longer really like affecting you because you've healed or whatever. As a healthy person with healthy attachment, you remove yourself from unhealthy people with unhealthy attachment, you know, for your own sanity, for your own peacitude. If you notice as well, they haven't done the hermit work. They haven't looked within, so they're avoiding looking within. They could have been using prostitutes or having affairs. They could have sex addiction, you know, but they've been having a life outside of a life. And they may not even be fulfilled through it. You know, it's a form of self-harm when you put everything that you've got on the line over and over again. It's almost like you want to be caught because it's a desperate plea for help. Maybe they're addicted to the danger, addicted to toxic behaviour because that's what they've grown up with, or it's a coping mechanism. You know, the way that people take drugs and it's bad for them, but it's a distraction and it blocks out the response that their body gets to trauma. It just blocks it out. It doesn't remove the trauma. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I like this new oracle deck because it gives me different options to work with. And I think these are really strongly linked. I don't think these are separate issues. I think one is a coping mechanism for the other. It doesn't heal it, it doesn't cure it, it doesn't get rid of it. But you don't have to take on someone else's problems, and often you can't fix them. They're the only person that can do this, and they're the only person that can choose when they're going to do it as well, because it may be really disturbing for them or re-traumatize them to access that, to unpack it. But at some point, to fix themselves, to heal themselves, they're going to have to do that. But we don't get to choose when other people access trauma or where they do it or when they do it, and it's very dangerous to do that yourself as a spouse. You have to let a professional help them to do that in an environment that they feel safe in and when they feel ready to do it. Again, not making excuses, just being realistic that you can't fix a person that even you're married to. Okay. Someone's unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. Maybe this person was never emotionally available, you know, and they tried to be, or they tried to emulate what happily ever after is. Or maybe they're emotionally unavailable to everyone they do these things with, and so there's a trail of destruction. Seduction, temptation, third-party interference, dating, hooking up, flirting, attraction. Yeah, it could be like people they meet through work. It could be, as I say, it could be prostitutes. It could be people out in bars. Like, who knows, you know? But they've got a problem, haven't they? Let's get a confession from them. I've never felt this strongly about someone before. I mean, maybe they think that that's how they feel about each person they meet, but I'd say this person's like incredibly unhealed, and I don't think they know what love is. I think they know what sex is. I think they know what trauma is. I think they know what depression is. I don't think they know what love is. Maybe they've never been in love, or maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they say that they're in love when they're not. I don't know. It's a lot. Let's get back to you, Capricorn, because this is about you. When's Capricorn gonna meet someone new? Because I reckon this is a done deal. You could meet someone really quickly, you know. even if you're not expecting it, or if you think, do you know what I deserve because I've been putting up with this arsehole for I don't know how long, male or female, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to wait because I've been lonely from within inside this for years, for decades. It's your life and you've got to live it. You can meet someone really quickly, guys. You'd be amazed how many people stay unhappily married because they just view it as a failure to like society. You know, if they don't stay with the person that they made a contract with. But it's like emotionally being detached from each other for a long time. I imagine you naked. Oh my god, I don't even know why I'm pulling out cards for this person because they're just so overly sexualized. Now's not the time. We got that over emotionally unavailable. They didn't want to do shadow work. This person's like a lost cause, man. Wait. You know, we can't always wait for you to like do the things that you need to do. Oh, you might have a victim mentality. I wonder if you care. That's over the love is reversed. That could be your feelings as well. Right, the sun reversed with the 7 of swords reversed and the 8 of swords upright. I meant what I said. Okay, so grief, regret. I want you to choose, like, I think you're going to choose to move on because they're kind of like just going to mope around and flop. You know, they're not going to like take action with this. So I think it's going to be up to you to, you know, discard this person. I think you can have unconditional love, but I don't think you should try to heal them. I think they're the only person that can heal themselves with a professional therapist, and that could take years. They may never fully get over what's happened to them. Thanks for the likes, thank you. Passion, divine timing. I think you're going to find passion once again, okay, within a couple of months. I think you should be optimistic for yourself now. We won't discuss this person anymore because it's your reading. Let's get the Sea Melodies advice. Wild. Believe in your otherworldly beauty, dance with the waves and drink in the sunshine. This is your time to shine now, Capricorn. Like, you've been in the shadows of this person's like many and wide-ranging problems, their dramatic past, you know, things they've told you, things they haven't told you. It's their story, it's not yours, and you deserve to be free and having fun and living your best life and finding healthy attachment, healthy loyalty, just healthiness, just like stuff that is healthy. Often where people are depressed, you know, they're using as well, like using alcohol, using drugs. It's not who you are. Maybe you felt sorry for this person and you listened to what they had to say and the sob stories, and you know, maybe you just thought, you know, I can really help them, I can give them a good life. We've all done it, and we've all realised that they're not changing. It's not changing, you know. You're epic. You are epic, okay? And you're going to move on from this. You're still great. You were great before, you're great now. And you're going to be great in the future. Have confidence in that. Be be someone that shows off how amazing they are and lets other people, reflect it back to you. Because you don't get that reflected back to you by people with unhealthy attachment or unhealthy habits or trauma. They don't reflect back to you what you are. They project onto you what they are. Faith. I'm confident I will achieve my goals. I live in the present and have faith in the future. I firmly believe in my value within the universe. There's a lot here about being assertive, confident, free, adventurous, regaining passion for life, passion from another person. Divine timing, this is meant to be, okay? So I hope that resonates with people out there, and if it doesn't, don't ever worry about that. Just know that it's a message for someone who needs it the very most right now, okay? Let's clear all this away and we'll go on to Aquarius. I fancy being at the beach today. My sister was saying about walking in the countryside, but I might say to her, can we go to the beach instead? I love the beach. It's all about the beach. When I lived in Milan, I missed the beach so much back home, and we're surrounded by beach where I live in the UK. I would have paid £1 million to anyone who said, you can just teleport to the beach, I'll help you do it. I would have, do you know what I mean? And now I get to go there whenever I want. If you haven't checked out the Humble Sage, check his messages out. He does general, really soothing, nice, really short messages as well. He's on TikTok and he's on YouTube as well. The Humble Sage. All the tarot readers that I love are Secret Tarot. Rainbow Wizard is my absolute favorite because she's so freaking accurate. I just it's like a personal reading, I swear to God. Spiritually Goldie, Sunflowers and Spirituality, Spiritually Fit. Edgar Mendez, fucking accurate as fuck. Who else? I love Elijah's tarot because he's just funny. Tarot can be really heavy, but he's a funny guy. He's just silly, slapstick silly. And that always comes from a warm place. Imagine putting that much energy and enthusiasm into making strangers laugh, just because you're a nice person. Empress of Energy I watch. She only does Taurus, so you have to be a Taurus to watch her. I feel like there's another one. Madame Butterfly. She's fucking good, She's underrated. Madame Butterfly. Her name's Diane. She's Scottish. I watch Rainbow Wizard. She must be in America, I think, and it's I can't believe how accurate. It's just, that gives me goosebumps. don't like every tarot reader. Like, I used to follow loads of them and I just cut it down to my favourite, but there's that many good ones. It's like, oh, and I watch Emery's Tarot. Emery's Tarot as well. Okay, let's shuffle. We need to change